Hey guys, welcome back to Mad Theories. Now, ooh, 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 ooh. Now, I'm just going to rant for just a little minute. Now, people don't know too much about Dark Schneider. Now, Dark Schneider is like the topic that everybody should be talking about, due to the fact that this man is insanely broken, been around for a very long time, and nobody's not talking about him. Like, what the fuck? But besides that, now my theory, my good theory, or more of a what if type of a theory, is that what if Dark Schneider is basically the god of all anime? Now I know there's gonna be a lot of arguments and a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's not right. He can't be the god of anime." But if you really technically think about it, this motherfucker is broken beyond repair. Cause it's like the things that he can do. Now, I know in the manga, there's a shit ton of stuff in the manga that I haven't even like gotten to. Like I've only seen maybe read like a pinch what this man can do. But like basically like he was around for like 400 years. Yes, that I know that. Like he was around 400 years. And only thing that he basically cared for in his 400 years of his time was to like rule the world. Like he was basically like destroying kingdoms, taking them over, and only thing that he really truly desired as being like a ruler, he just wanted all the women in the world. That's basically what he wanted. Now people would say like, oh, that's like a child's thing. That's like something a nerd would say if he's in school and he's getting beat up every single day and no girl or nobody's talking to him, and he said, I'ma show them. I'ma beat up all the bullies and take all the girls. But it was like, that's what most people would say to this. But it's like, it's like, hey, like if this is what he wants, this is what he wants. You can't deny the man of what he wants. But that's that. And then after for a while, that's when he had was originally part of the Four Lords of Havoc, and they kind of like did a lot of things there. And I know I was like kind of like scratching across on how he basically was defeated, went to hell for a bit, and then Satan was trying to tell him certain things. But the point where I'm trying to get at, it's where he was the most powerful wizard of all time. Like the most powerful wizard of all time, because it was like the things that he could do and the abilities that he was able to dish out in his 400 years of reign, until eventually he was defeated and then had to be reincarnated into like a boy. But the only thing about it was, it's like I can understand because it was the past, but only thing about Dark Schneider is that he needs like a pure virgin girl in order for him to like awaken from his dark sleep. Where if he has been sealed for like 400 something years, like obviously like he would need like a pure virgin woman to kiss him, and then that's when he had just come back up. I know it almost sounds like the reverse version of Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, if you say. It's almost like the reverse versions of that, and that's when he's like, oh, he just comes out, But where I get to the fact is that I feel that this guy can possibly be probably like the god of all anime, is the fact is that, okay, he can create powerful beings from his own memories, which is interesting because it's like if he killed those beings or if he faced those beings or whatever, he can like create them from his own memories. Like how the fuck do you sit there and you just create powerful beings out of your own memories? That's one thing. And also have the power and ability to sit there and you can raise your power up to the trillions. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean you can raise your power up into the trillions? And then it's like, that's like what, Broly level. You sitting there saying like, my power keeps rising and overflowing. Yeah, Dark Schnider over here, he can just bump the bar up and raise his power up into the trillions and whatnot, which is also insane. And I believe he also has like 3 forms. I believe he also has like 3 forms. And out of like those other forms is also sick and also broken as well. And he also has Venom. He has Venom where he can basically send people to hell, like with his fire and whatnot. He can like banish people. Then he has like his most destructive power, which is Halloween. And Halloween is like some sort of like black hole type dimensional blast or whatever, which is also insanely sick as well. And I'm like, damn, like Dark Schnider over here is freaking sick. And I'm like damn, like who, if he has all of this, like freak that, who gonna stop him? And the crazy part about this is that is like how I see that he's the god. I personally feel like he's the god of all anime, because you have to kill this motherfucker 3 times. You have to destroy him 3 times. You have to destroy his body, you have to destroy his soul, and then there's another part of him that you have to destroy in order for you to get rid of him completely. And it's like, how can you do that if he has, I think, he also has, I think, this book where, I guess it's like the book of spells, and also talks about like immortality and all this other stuff that he could possibly do. So I'm like, okay, that's also like one of the benefactor that also makes him like, you know, more doable and more long lasting, like if he's in the fight, because he has like magic, and then he has like his fighting paralysis is somewhat good, but he's always relying on magic because, well, like he is the most powerful wizard in the freaking show and in the manga. Now, I was a little bit pissed because they did have, it was only like 6 episodes, but it was OVA, and I was like, damn, like this was good. Like it was like showing like, you know, like the Demon God and whatnot. Like they was there, like they was kind of like teasing it for us, where like the Demon God and Dark Schnider was kind of like linked together, because it almost was, when you was watching it, like you could see like he was basically slowly but surely like trying to like bring him back to life, because you see like his heart particles like forming back together. And I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, what the his heart particles are forming back together? Because like one of the lords of Havoc basically made him fight against like his apprentice, and you know, she basically was like poisoned on her finger, and if she didn't like kill Dark Schnider, that's when you know, she would die. And then he found out about it, so what he did was he ripped out his own heart, poured his heart blood all over her fingers and whatnot, and that's when she was saved, because that was like the only way for for his blood to save her like that. And I was like, damn, he just died on the spot. He died on the spot. So I was like, okay. And then when you see in the thing, and you see how the demon was basically his power was like slowly but surely like awakening. So you see like his heart, like I said before, his heart particles starting to reform back together, and that's when I was like, okay. Until eventually it like fully like resurrected him, and that's when he came back and he just freaking wrecked shit. And I was like, damn, like freaking Dark Schnider is freaking broken. Like his power is insanely sick. How he has like all these stats, and I'm like, why does this man need 3 forms? That's the point I don't even understand. It's like, why does this fool even need 3 freaking forms? Because it's like, we already know how broken he is. We already know like all of the abilities and the stuff that he can do. So I'm sitting here like, yo, this man does not even need like any more forms because of the level of destruction that he can do. And I personally feel like okay, like this is anime called Black Clover. Now I heard that anime is supposed to come out, I think either this year in the summer or next year. So I'm like, okay, that it's supposed to come out. So and they basically like their whole storyline is ran around the same thing as Naruto, where it's like, oh, you have this other wizard who's like Sasuke, then you have another wizard who's like Naruto, and it's just the whole same getup. And I'm like, instead of it with being in ninjas, it's with wizards and whatnot. So I'm like, obviously that in there they're gonna have somebody who's gonna be the so-called the most powerful wizard and can do all types of crazy stuff. But I don't care. I don't care what type of crazy shit he can do. He doesn't top Dark Schnieder. He does not top Dark Schnieder, because Dark Schnieder, like I said before, can sit here and can raise his power in the trillions, create powerful beings from his own memories and whatnot. Now, I wasn't even sure myself, but I believe that I was stumbling across. Now, I could have been, I'm not too sure about this, but I believe that I stumbled across where he even have the power to rewrite heaven. And I'm like, wait, Dark Schnieder can't do this. And I'm like, he doesn't. I'm like, what? Can he actually be on the levels to actually rewrite heaven? Like, just completely change the whole thing? And I'm like, damn. Because it's like, if he can sit here and he can create powerful beings from his own memories, what do you think he can do about heaven? So let's say if Dark Schnieder destroyed God. Let's say if he actually destroyed God, or he beat one of his most powerful forces in heaven, he can sit back and create a powerful, that construct, powerful being out of his own memory and fight for him. And that's like, damn. That's like, nah, man. That's one step. Dark Schnieder, no. No, it's like you can't really, like, you can't with this dude. And the funny thing about this is that this man got so many names that they even call him. They call him the Atom of Darkness. Freaking Margin Dark Schnieder. Nah, I like Margin Dark Schnieder. That name also sounds even broken. Freaking Dragon Knight Snyder. I'm sorry, Dragon Knight Lucifer. So I'm like, okay, you know. But yeah, it's like, nah, like Dark Schnieder, he just gotten like too many things. Then I was like the way I was looking at all of this is I'm like, okay, is Dark Schnieder possibly like above, maybe surpassing Multiversal? And I'm like, well, I don't know, but I feel that he can basically just probably one-shot everybody. Like, he can probably one-shot everybody. Now, I was thinking, okay, if he was to fight, I forgot to negate other people's abilities. Now, yep, that was one thing that I forgot. Yeah, he has the ability to negate other people's abilities. So I'm like, okay, sir. Now, I know when the manga creators or whatever, I don't know. Well, no, he did, because the manga creator, he did say like he got like his inspiration off of like a dark, I guess, heavy metal rock band or whatever, and that's what he just put together. And he was like, yeah, Dark Schnieder and whatnot. And I was like, well, okay, you know, he got the idea off of that. But yeah, it's like, you know, you got this dude over here who's sitting here doing all this broken stuff, and it's like, possibly, what can you do? What can you do up against a guy like that? Absolutely nothing. And it's like, no. People was thinking of how, because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, what he can basically do. Like, he has like freaking air manipulation, power nullification, absolute zero, freaking sealing, resurrection, regeneration, immortality, like, everything that you can possibly say or do. Is like, this man, it's all over the freaking place. He's all over the freaking place. And it's like, I don't even think Goku, if he was to do freaking the Spirit Bomb, that wouldn't work. But oh man, I think I'm just gonna end it here. But yeah, Dark Schnieder, everybody, please check out the manga, take a look at it. This oof, he broke it. But if you like what you heard, and you heard what you like, please subscribe, share, do all of that wonderful stuff, and I catch you later.